Okie dokie. Ha ha, Chipper, you're funny. All right, there. Who all's in here? I'm gonna close this one. Everybody's just like, oh, what happened? What's up, guys? Hold on, I gotta find. I gotta go to. I'm gonna go like stalk my own self. Uh, Go to my channel. Oh wait, look there. There's all my suggested stuff. Must be popular with my own self. That's weird. Well, again, don't want to do it like that. There it is. I'm doing this so I can follow the live chat. Mute. Thank you. There we go. What? Okay, this is so not it. What's up, guys? Hold on. I'm still having like no fun at all. I'm gonna have to figure out what's wrong. It told me I needed an update, but I didn't do it. That's probably the deal. Um, Freaking try to refresh it. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! Found it. I don't know either. All right. I was talking to my wife. Okay, I wasn't like trying to show y'all my sinuses. You just might, man. You just might. You never can tell. Um, I'm in here because every time I try to go back there, something bad happens. Camera angle was a little odd. I've got y'all sitting on the desk in front of me. Ordinarily, I'd be looking at y'all up there and reading down here, and everything would be okay. I don't know if I can perch off there or not. I don't want to risk it. Um, I guess I could set y'all on a box or something. Oh, hold on. We're engineering stuff. This box full of pecans. Or, well, some pecans. Got a 3-year-old that seems to think it's my duty as a human being to make sure that she has pecans available in case she wants somebody to shell her some pecans so she can snack on them during the day. And being the dutiful grandfather that I am, I try to keep pecans handy. You said this any better. So I gotta cry and stuff. That's not any better at all. See, I usually don't get to see all this stuff on the videos. I do this kind of junk all the time. All just so I can give y'all some entertainment. This kind of guy I am. Yeah, that's too much. Aha, perfect. See, there. Is that better? My grandson's going back up there again. What are you talking about? See, I can scroll around up here and read. That light's like harsh in my eyeball. I could turn it around, then y'all wouldn't have to see. Chipper seems to think the whole idea of not having to look at my face while we were doing this was a good one. What? Okay, again. What's up, guys? On the snakes and on the under the house thing and everything, and the snakes like that. I moved all the stuff away from there's a scuttle hole back there that you used to get under the house. Somebody's pet, I think it belongs to my son, damaged the mechanism that kept it shut, and it was wedged open about yay far. The cat could come in and out, so could everything else. Anyway, I got to it, got it opened so I could close it, and checked around with the mirror and stuff, and got in there and looked. And I can't see much of under my house from the scuttle hole without crawling in there, and it wasn't happening because every bit of the dirt under my house that I could see was nothing but snake tracks. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. We'll just close this hole. That they've got two ways to get out now. There's a hole over here and a hole back here, and neither one of them lead into my den, so I'm good. Kirsten, I didn't see you up there. I was looking down here. Hello, Kirsten.
Isn't she at work?
Yeah. Aren't you supposed to be like doing something important, like working or something? Don't you have like a job? What is she threatening to do? She's threatening violence against. At first, I need to get me a camera. Just in time prepping. I actually don't have a camera. I use my phone. Where'd she go? Your daughter threatened me. Where's she? Oh. I'm sitting on the snack tray. Oh, okay. Hey, step one, how's it going? Did you get the dog back out of the house yet? My dog's been acting weird, bud. I don't know what her deal is. Well, yeah, I do. I chased the goats off the porch a couple of times and she saw me, and now she thinks it's her job to keep the goat off the porch. And I made the mistake of chasing my daughter's dog off the porch the other day, and now he's not allowed on the porch. It's getting kind of ugly around him. It's not like I've got this gunk. I don't know what it is. I ran a fever all day yesterday. Oh, the abandoned chick. Hold on, David. I can do that. Come here, chicken. Your services have been requested. Y'all probably thought I was lying about there being a baby chicken in my house. Hey, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. There that. Tell my chicken. They got lucky. Dodged the bullet. I'm gonna pull it. I'm a poet. Can't believe my daughter named a chicken nugget. Do we go back to sleep? She was actually eating her supper, so I'm gonna go put her back. You're warm. You're warm. You're warm. Isn't she pretty though? Look at them eyelashes. Cock. It's weird how she need to look right at the camera. I'm gonna go put her back. That's the most noise it's made all day. Cuss at me. Oh, got the what's that pox called that the chickens have? Again, the one the mosquitoes give them.
Wet pox or dry pox?
What?
It's dry pox.
This is dry pox. The chickens have dry pox again. I don't know if y'all know what that is. I will try to do a video on it. Matter of fact, I think it's something people need to know about, and they've got it now, and it's real obvious. I'll get some pictures and some video of the what it looks like, because I mean there's several different stages. The downside to it, well, I don't know, the young ones, I think it's turning into the wet pox, which will probably kill them if we don't get them isolated and get some antibiotics in. But that's, I mean, it's early enough on. Their eyes aren't shut or anything, so it won't hurt nothing. Don't get getting them rounded up. We can put them in the brooding pen they were in. There's nobody in it right now. Oh,
They were sleeping underneath the hen house. The one that the white chickens in, they were sleeping under there.
right.
That's probably why it got so bad. If it's the little ones.
Yeah. They're get them inside, get them someplace where it's warm. Thank you for that little bit of information, Doc. Somebody's peed on her. Yeah, is it a viral or bacterial?
Well, I guess it would be bacterial.
Bacterial.
If you can give them antibiotics.
It's a bacterial infection transmitted by mosquitoes. All right. You got to watch out for it in the spring and in the fall. The spring is usually not that bad. It's warming up. Chickens do okay. There's plenty of sunlight. They're out and about. They're real active. They eat the mosquitoes when they try to land on them, actually. But then your chickens can still get it. But in the fall, when the sun goes down and the mosquitoes are still coming out, they'll get chewed up by the mosquitoes on their combs and stuff. And if one of the birds contracts it, then the mosquitoes bites the chicken, and it just goes on down the line. It doesn't have to be fatal, but if you don't do something about it, it can. How many birds did we lose at one time? It's on a video on it somewhere. It was a buttload of them. We lost a bunch of chickens. That's how we learned so much about the pox. Hold on. What are we talking about? Yes, it is. I wish I could still shoot.
Well, it says it's a viral, but I guess you just get
The problem is it winds up into a bacterial infection in their upper respiratory. That's why you give them the antibiotics, like in the eye or whatever.
Yeah.
They wind up with a bacterial infection in the eye, and that's how come they go blind. Do we still have the blind legger? I hadn't seen her around. Okay. What type of bug-in plan do I have? Not getting eaten by zombies or the roving masses or letting anybody come up my driveway. Yeah, what he said, shoot. The same one everybody has, I would hope. Uh, have plenty of food and water or some way to get water. And a way to tell who's coming up the driveway. Now, do I have an adequate bug-in plan? No, I do not. Am I working on it? I'm trying. Yeah, so you can't shoot that here. That's a gun. We took the kids out. We had a wild pig that got trapped, and we bought it, and we were moving it from point A to point B, and it got loose, and we were trying to run it down. And the neighbor, we live out in the country. The neighbor seen, was it 6 or 8 people walk around with guns, and they called the law on us.
Yeah.
Diggum hippie. Seriously, right over there, I got a neighbor who is serious. Bet you $20 they voted for Hillary. Honestly, just in time prepping and okay, hold on. Northeast Ohio Paranormal Services. It's a heck of a YouTube name. Um, I'm assuming you're stuck in a city, or at least deep in a suburb close to a city. If you are, then the bug-in plans. I still believe that bugging in, if you're in a city, at least for the first several weeks, is the only way to go. Because pick a random town within 150 miles of me, Midland, Odessa area. Okay, if you're in the middle of those two cities, okay, when Teotihuacan becomes a reality, you're looking at a 2-hour walk in a straight line to get out. Minimum 2-hour walk. But remember, the police bands don't work. There's no law enforcement. You've got all these people that are excited, hoping for this, that actually buy into the whole purge thing and stuff. You've got to make it through all those people to get out. Or you can just close your door, string barbed wire and stuff up inside, whatever, and just stay there. And, you know, if you're in the city when it happens, you have got to let as many of the other fools die before you try to get out as you can. That's the way I think. If you can't get out in the first 6 hours, you're not going to get out for several weeks. My younger days, I walked through a lot of big cities. And in the best of times, well, like Chicago, I walked through Chicago when I was 18 years old. Walked from one side to the other. Took forever. They really need to get a dozer and knock some of them dang hills down. Is what they need to do. Who is it? Yeah. It took forever. And I got harassed 5 or 6 times by residents. Twice going in, a few times going through, and then once on my way out. It was actually scary. The people on the outskirts of town were scarier than the people inside. That's it. I mean, you've got to be able to be gone. And that, if you got to get to your storage unit, hook onto your bug out trailer, and then drive out, you just blew an hour. So now you've only got 5 hours to get out of the city. You needed 6. Where if you're bugging, if you're leaving the city, your gear, if your plan A is to bug out when it happens, to bug out of the city, your gear, your food has to be outside the city. So when it happens, you leave. Your time card is going to be there for the rest of your life, wondering when you're going to punch it and go home. The waitress at the coffee shop or whatever is still sitting there holding the cup that you ordered and you never picked up. When it happens, you leave. Because there's no telling. I mean, traffic in and out of the same town, towns, Midland, Odessa. Could shut traffic down completely in and out of that town with 6 roadblocks. I sound like crap, huh? It's a pretty greenish gray junk. Yeah, you got to go. You got to go now. It's not. That's something we had to sacrifice. We do not have our get out of Dodge spot anymore. I think we could still use the same one, but it would require a level of moral instability that I would not be ready to experience early on. Does that make any sense? The thing is, David, so is everybody else. And unless you've got a lot of stabilizers and stuff, gasoline's only good for so long. Diesel lasts longer if you can keep it on the ground or out of the sunlight. Gasoline lasts a pretty good while if you can keep it stored at the right temperature and stuff. But whatever your plan for the future is in a total grid down, whatever, it cannot rely on the internal combustion engine. Everybody's like, oh, we can cook us some alcohol up. We'll run alcohol engines. That 150 horsepower you were getting out of that V8 running gasoline, you just drop down to about 70 horsepower running alcohol. It'll barely pull the truck, let alone everything else. Uh-oh. Please tell me you are taking antibiotics for that cough. Jan the RN, I am taking antibiotics for that cough. You made me lie to you. But I had my fingers crossed, so it doesn't matter. She's not taking them either. She got sick first, and she kissed me. And that was it. Stop. Stop coughing. Okay. You know, Jan, I'm going to get on that right away. Yes, ma'am. Doctors cost money, right? It's kind of hard to trust a guy that's in debt the rest of his life. Yeah, see, and even the older gas, at about 6 months, it starts to varnish. I mean, it'll still burn for a while, but not very well. You can mix diesel or kerosene, which very little, like say 5 gallons of gas has a fourth of a cup of diesel in it, and that'll help the gas stay together. But you got to remember, you've changed the gas by putting the diesel in it. So if you got a newer ride, it might not run right. It might mess up your injectors, and your computer might be like, hey, what's going on? I know the older carbureted stuff, we used to do that all the time. The vehicles that set a lot, when we'd fill up, we'd put 15 gallons of gasoline in there, and we'd dump half a cup of farm diesel in the tank. And the gas lasted forever. It didn't go bad as fast. Okay, I love you too, baby girl. Be careful. Don't be getting peed on no more. People sneaking out here. I don't see how. Step one, I don't see how y'all keep up with all these comments. I can't do it on your live chat. I can't do it on mine. Yeah, see, I've bought old trucks that set for 2 years that had gas in it, and you get them going. Oh, it stinks. Gosh, it stinks. But it'll run. Yeah, it doesn't run real good, but it'll run. I'm gonna have to hack my daughter's account before everybody knows what my last name is. Oh, too late. I got my son to change his. What I miss? Yeah, the biodiesel thing. That's I really want a diesel. Uh, I want one of the older Volkswagen diesels. the or a Mercedes or a BMW or something. And because you can, in a pinch, say you live in Texas and you're lucky enough to kill 15 or 20 hogs, you just come up with 4 or 5 gallons of diesel. It takes you a lot of work to get it, but you got the diesel. That lard will burn in that diesel engine. You just got to melt it. And it's doable. Ah. Dog's barking. I'm trying to hear if there's anything going with it or if it's just her barking at the train. I'm going to get up and walk outside for nothing. And Jan, this just started. If it don't get better pretty quick, I'll go to the doctor. Go to the witch doctor and get voodooed. North Lee, who's North Lee? Who's Lee? Good night, Northeast Ohio. Northeast Ohio. Ah. See, I'm sick and I'm still doing the live chat. Because I love y'all. This started out as a flu, but it's cotton harvesting season, and me and my wife are both allergic to cotton dust. Well, everybody is. And I've got a video on here. I need to upload it. I had to go to Big Springs the other day, man. It was middle of the afternoon, and it looked like the sun was already setting because of the dirt in the air, dude. It was just horrible. I've wondered if some of the old smaller diesel tractors could be converted to run biodiesel, lard, cooking oil, whatever. Ugh. Yeah, that's usually what they do. That Z-Pack stuff. Uh, Honestly, I wish they put 2 more days on there because it's always nearly gone when I'm out of pills. And then um, I guess it would help if I didn't wait so long to go. Last, I went for a physical, a job interview. It's been 17 years ago. And anyway, the doctor's like, well, everything's good except for the fact that you have pneumonia. I was like, do I? She said, well, you have pneumonia and you should probably go to the doctor. And if you she made me promise to go to the doctor and she'd pass my physical. I was like, "You're a doctor." Yeah. I love that job. But yeah. Uh, See, I take amoxicillin all the time, but the there's one that works really good, but I can't remember what it's called now. What's that one that made me turn into a strawberry?
Starts with E.
Anyway,
I don't know. Starts with an E. That's all I'm saying.
and 2 days into the antibiotics, my all my problems were gone, but then I turned into a giant strawberry. So it's like crazy. Cause the doctor said, "Hey, why do I look like a strawberry?" The doctor said, "Don't take no more of that medicine." And so then, that little piece of paper that comes with it, and you read. I read it, and it said, "If you experience a rash and blah blah blah, discontinue and contact your doctor or whatever." So, yeah, I've known that I was allergic to that all the way back to when I was a kid, but I forgot and I didn't remember. My doctor retired or whatever, found a new doctor, blah blah blah. Yeah. So it took longer to get over the rash than it did when I went to the doctor for. I'll be right back. Come over here and rest the chicken. You guys joking, calm down. Oh, there's something circling the house again. I wonder if it's the coyotes or the stupid pigs. Wish it was the pigs. I'd like to shoot 2 or 3 though. Oh, huh, back. Y'all start talking about mechanicing and stuff like that. I can change the starter, the alternator, uh, Valkyrie axis. I can rebuild your carburetor. I can change your clutch, change your flywheel. But if you suggest that I take the intake manifold and the heads off, I'm out. That's when it goes to somebody else. I just never trusted myself on that part. Got one out there right now. Got nearly a brand new engine in it, brand new clutch, transmission, the whole 9 yards, but head gasket went. I got a micrometer. I use it for checking my slugs. So, dude, I passed on a ton and a half, or no, a 2 ton the other day. It was an old fueling truck for a airport, but some guy started trying to fix it and messed a bunch of stuff up under the hood. So, well, I didn't really miss out on it. I passed up on it. I wasn't going to mess with that too much. I the lady wouldn't sell it to me, but I found ah it was a 50s model ambulance, like the ones you see on MASH or whatever, which like was almost exactly the same ambulance my dad drove in WW2. My dad was a mechanic, but the Germans kept shooting the ambulance drivers. So my dad drove an ambulance. Well, my dad was a mechanic, so he took the governor off the truck so he could drive the ambulance. And then after my dad took the governor off the truck so he could drive the ambulance, all the ambulances anywhere close to my dad had the governor pulled off the ambulance. And yeah. I wish they would do a Dodge Power Wagon, a retro Dodge Power Wagon, but put a Cummins in it. That would be an awesome, mega, super awesome truck. That would be a tank. I have a real hard time keep y'all talking about vehicles and stuff. There's a guy here or up the road here. He's got a 75 Ford F-250 4x4 with a stake bed on it. He needs to sell it to me. It's a 4-speed with a 390 in it. He needs to sell me that truck. That thing is a tank. It would. It did. I mean, I'd be like, I'd be a little sheepish riding around my new Ram. But they'd have to retro it. I wouldn't want the. I wouldn't want it. They've got a new Power Wagon out. That thing, I don't know. I doubt I'd be able to sell them in California or something. And they're pretty. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I apologize. I can find a safety pin. But yeah, a Power Wagon is not supposed to be a pretty gushy truck. A Power Wagon is supposed to be something you can drive through the trees, over the other people in the parking lot, and through the freaking front doors of the store, if you desire. That's a Power Wagon. What was that? What was that show that was on in the early '80s? The two brothers. They looked like completely different, and one of them was like all business like, and the other guy drove a Power Wagon. What was the name of that show? Can't remember. They were like private detectives or whatever. Yeah, Simon and Simon. That was so cool. See, that is a Power Wagon. The mid-size Jeep truck, the little one, about the size of an S10 or whatever, I can get my hands on 2 of those. See, now I would drive that Power Wagon. Well, if I could ever get my wife out of it, I would drive that truck. My wife would be in it and she'd get ready to leave work and she'd just drive over the curbs and down into the street and stuff. Just go wherever she wanted to. She have a bumper sticker on the front of it that says move. And they have an arrow going like this. I used to make fun of Dodges until I owned a couple of the older ones. They're pretty stinking tough. They're a lot tougher than Chevrolet. I can tear up a Chevrolet in about 10 minutes. I'd like to have a first generation Dodge Cummins. Yeah, I think you could doctor it and make it look like a Power Wagon. It wouldn't be a Power Wagon, but you can make it look like. What was in your den, Bent? Was there a bear in your den? Did you try to go out there and make a video and step on him or what? Hey, you mean like a bear? Hey, are you in Texas? What the hell do you mean a bear just scared you? Okay, I'm gonna have to go recheck where Bent is. I thought Bent was in my state. I gotta do this. I'm technically savvy. I didn't know that about me, did y'all? I can like do 2 things at one time on there. Okay, yeah. Oh, dadgummit. That's my bad, Bent. I had you confused with Twisted. Okay, we're all good. Bent, I apologize. Twisted, if you're in here, I apologize. I had you 2 mixed up. Don't shoot me. Save the fat. You can make diesel out of it. Is he saying Northern Canada or California? Because I don't even, he's in California. I don't even think he's allowed to have a gun. How's he going to shoot it? Maybe like with a rubber band. That was a joke. I have a friend that lives in Northern Canada, and he's always griping about the bears doing this or that. Up there, apparently, they're more of just a pest than they're anything. Like we gripe about raccoons and stuff down here, dumping the trash. He's griping about the bears. I was like, man, your neighborhood sucks. Yeah. 300-pound trash digger in your backyard that keeps coming up every night. You can't shoot it. That sucks. Man, I didn't need to make funny. I didn't realize that like you was really up there with it. What is there a bear season in California? Can you like wait for it to come back tomorrow night? I don't know. I ain't never shot a bear. Hey, that's something else I ain't never eaten. I don't think I've ever eaten bear. Nope, never eat bear. You nearly walked it. You need to borrow a flashlight? And don't tell me, let me guess, you didn't have your sidearm on you. I had a chef cook me some one time, David. He brought me I had to pay him like $50, and he brought me this really big plate with this little tiny thing in the middle of it, and some sauce drizzled all over the plate. Uh, I signed off chefs after that. That's not entirely true. Have y'all seen my Ponderosa video or whatever? That guy's a chef, but he's also he likes fat people. Yeah, he likes fat people. Yes. I still can't finish the breakfast plate. I've tried twice. I actually got the breakfast plate and tried to half it with somebody, and the two of us couldn't finish it. Oh, that would suck. You know what? That bear would never caught me. You know why? I'd have had a clean place to run. That bear would not. And I wouldn't have smelt edible, I guarantee. Good night, Staff Sergeant. You out of here? How come I never see when people sign out? Good night, BA. Have an excellent night. Be nice to your dog. It was on your porch. Okay, dude. That's, you know what? Yeah. People always, I'm going to move to the mountains. How about I ain't? Dude, you need to go to the doctor? Is the bear still there? Or did it run the other direction? See, that's it. See, when I'm going to step on rattlesnake stuff, I got my phone turned on. And I put it on YouTube for people to see. Okay, so from now on, here's the deal. Before you go out your back door at night, you turn your phone on, record, so we can all see this. Since the bear's gone and you're alive, we can all make fun of you now. It's a new rule. Well, that's the way we do it in Texas, and yeah. Dude, I'd have crap myself. Walk out on the back porch, there's bears in there. Hello! I'd be like, whoa! I didn't mind y'all hearing me cussing. That thing scared the crap out of me. Actually, I regret the cussing. I was quite surprised at my agility, however. I didn't know my old butt could still jump that far. I'm just really glad it moved when it did, or I'd have stepped right on it. Gave it just enough room to swing around and bite me in the ankle. And then y'all have been listening to somebody else now. You just gave me some of that electroshock therapy. I believe we saw a deal that said that doesn't work.
Oh, wow.
You'd have tried it anyway, just to be safe. Yeah, there you go.
It would be worth the shot.
It'd be worth. There you go. It'd be worth the shot. Tuesday, Rob? How'd you lose that many days, brother? I mean, I'll lose one or two, but you lost a whole week. Hey, yo, boo boo. What's in the picnic basket? Damn, rattlesnakes won't hurt you. Okay. I saw a guy get bit by a snake that had been milked. Okay. The snake had already been milked. That means its venom had already been removed. He got bit on the arm. Or actually, well, it got bit right about here on the back of the hand. It swelled up to here. The average cost for the treatment of a rattlesnake bite. Anybody want to take a guess? I'll give y'all a minute. I'm going to let y'all guess how much. And no Googling, that's cheating. Put your guesses in there. I'm going to go give you a cup of coffee. Turn this off.
Okay.
So what we got here? What's the guess? T-Board cheated. See that right now? Good night, Jen. See, Jen could have cheated. She probably knows the answer. Thanks for the medical advice. Yeah, I'll give it up. Oh, T-Board nailed it. I don't know. He must have Googled it. He must not be lagging for him. Yours was a little higher, wasn't it?
Mine was because of the helicopter.
Well, yeah, but still. And yours wasn't a rattlesnake either, so.
Yeah. And not only that, but they gave me 3 balls instead of 2, and they stopped my heart, or tried to stop my heart.
Well, they didn't try to stop your heart. It was an accident.
Because they gave me too many balls. It was their own stupidity. All they had to do was follow directions.
Well, there's that. She don't like snakes. I'm just saying. Yeah, and they did. My wife got hit. She got hit by a water moccasin on her foot, but it was a big one. So when it hit, it cut her foot, and she bled a lot. But she walked up the hill.
Tried to get the kids away.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short, she almost died, and it was expensive. And yeah. And that anti-venom does not come without a cost. And I'm not talking a financial cost. Between the snake venom and the anti-venom, it actually changes your biology. All right. Good night, Ben. Hey, phone, handgun, flashlight. Put the flashlight in your mouth. Okay. And hold the phone and hold a handgun. Like that. Get somebody else to open the door. Do not get eaten off camera. That would suck for us. $50,000 is the average. Oh, that's right. Oh, see, you T-Boy's paying attention. See that Chipper? He passed the test, man. He passed the test, Chipper. He paid attention. He took notes. Good night, just in time prepping. Keep up the good work. What is it? It's asking me if I want to show or I'll send you my, what is it called? Undying admiration for your dedication to my channel. How's that? Some of us unemployed. I gotta box up that machete. I ain't boxed up the nail dog. Your machete's coming. Don't panic. Who wants to come cut up a little bunch of little blocks of wood for me, and then run the air so I can run a forge? I found a busted leaf spring in the highway up here, and I'll make something, but I won't have to do all the work it takes to get the fire ready, because I feel like food mostly. It keeps making me approve y'all's messages. What's going on here? I've made my own charcoal. It's still a lot of work, dude. Um, I've got access to a whole lot of mesquite and pecan and stuff, but my forge, I don't know if you've seen the video, my forges are kind of small. So I've got to cut it up kind of tiny. Good night, normal. Yeah, mesquite. And I tried that thing. Whoever, if they're trying to sell you them mesquite beans to smoke your food on, don't do that. Wow, 5,000 eggs. I don't know. We hadn't kept track of that. I don't know how many eggs we picked up. We're not getting any eggs. We think we figured out one of the issues. We think we've got a couple of cannibals. And congratulations on 5,000 eggs. We should have kept count. I don't even know. There for a while, we were selling enough eggs to pay for the feed and actually making a little bit here and there, but I don't know what happened there. Oh, we'll see. You got 20 hens. We got, how many laying hens we got? 60? 60 something, 64. Laying 8 hens still left alive, but they're not all laying. Well, the sun is setting that we're not getting 8 hours of daylight around here. The sun starts coming up at 6:30, and the sun is down by 5:30. Seems like.
And when it's down, it's not dark yet. It's dark by 6:20. I know that. Last night I was driving and it was really dark.
I mean, there's. And see, we've gone through molts before, and we've always had, we'd lose about half of our egg production to the molt, which is understand. They've got to dedicate the energy to replacing the feathers. It just makes sense. But you got 64 hens, and you get 4 eggs. 4 eggs. Something's not right. And I think one of our favorite chickens is eating eggs. So, yeah. We're going to start isolating the chickens. We'll take this chicken out of the herd, this chicken out of the herd, this chicken out of the herd, until the eggs come back. And then out of that pen, you have to isolate those out and see, what's going on. Cannibalism is a bad thing in your flock, because if one starts it, it'll teach the next one to start it, and then next thing you got 5 or 6 hens eating 3 or 4 eggs each a day, and then you got problems. They'll come back real quick, as long as she keeps feeding them that scratch, they'll be fine. Chickens love meat. The cat killed herself a rabbit today, ate what she wanted, left the rest, and the chicken's been shredding it all day long. What causes the molting? It's a natural process. The chickens will do it at least once a year, often twice. When they're, for whatever reason, their body just tells them to shed their feathers. They shed their feathers, and the new ones grow back. We had one, she literally looked like one of those rubber chickens. She didn't have nothing. She had feathers on her chest and the tips of her wings and down the outside of her legs. She ran around like that for 2 months, and then one day the rest of her feathers fell off. She grew them back, and now we don't even know which one she was. She's probably that real pretty red one out there. I mean, we switched her. We started calling her Zombie, and now she's like this perfect Rhode Island red with feathers everywhere. They just do it.
And they need more. They gotta have higher protein.
Yeah, cannibalism. Cannibalism in that they're eating their eggs, not each other. Now, the downside to cannibalism is it will jump up. A cannibalistic hen will chase down a broody hen's baby, kill it, and run off with it. Seen that happen. One of the ones from her bunch, that's what happened to the baby. And we had a hen that we was hatching some ducklings off, and something kept. We checked the egg, and it'd be, the chick would be about out, and then we come back and there's no chick there. One of the hens had stolen the baby duck out of the nest to run off with it and ate it. Chickens will go Lord of the Flies. Just like that. Chickens are a very base animal. They have a very small brain. They want food and water. That's it. They don't care how. Like our chickens at first, they didn't like the fermented feed. But now that they know that the fermented feed has more food value in it, they go to it before they go to the fresh scratch, which we feed both. Just because. That way we make sure that they get grit and stuff. We let ours out. Our chickens are all free range. That's why we have so much trouble with coyotes. We legitimately free range our chickens. We have a coop and a pen, but we allow our chickens out at least a couple hours every day. We tried the sprouted. We didn't have any luck at the sprouted, but we do the fermented. There's a lot of videos out there talking crap on fermented feed. There's a lot of experts that tell you not to do the fermented feed because the mold is bad for your chicken. Don't let your fermented feed get moldy. We get ours either from TSC or Gebo's, or sometimes depends where we're at. We need to go back to buying it at the local place because their grains is way better. There's not much a lot of powder and stuff in there. Big waste of money. But fermented feed is something you have to actively make, and people make a mistake of some of the people show you to just scoop out and feed and then fill back in and not make sure that all the old feed is out. No. The yeast is living in the water. Okay. You drain the food. You feed all of that fermented feed, that feed. Then you use the water, which has the yeast in it, in the next batch. You make sure that the grains are covered with at least an inch of water. Mold does not grow underwater. Mold is bad for your chickens. Yeast is not mold. Yeast is a bacteria. Yeast is a beneficial bacteria in the right amounts. That's why you drain the feed. After you drain the feed and it sets for 20 or 30 minutes, you feed it to the chickens. And they eat it. Wow. I wouldn't eat the eggs either, Rob. Night, David. I don't know about all that. Our mix for our fermented feed is rolled oats, scratch grains, Timothy alfalfa pellets, and lean. Uh-oh. Got to plug y'all in or say goodnight. Probably ought to say goodnight. How long have I been on there? Been on here for over there. I'm gonna plug y'all in anyway. Maybe I can find the hole. Tell me if this tickles, guys. What does this feel like? Y'all feel that? Y'all feel that? Sorry, that was off color. But yeah, we could not afford to feed 100 chickens without doing the fermented stuff. We can literally take 2 gallons of feed and turn it into what, 6, probably 6 gallons of feed because of the expansion of the water or whatever. And the yeast breaks down the cell walls and they're able to process the sugars and the proteins. It's
They don't poop food.
Yeah, they don't poop food. They poop. The food that, when our chicken's crap, it's crap. It's yeah. You can tell when for like if it's too cold out there, the yeast won't do its job. And we'll have to let the stuff cook longer. So we have to dry feed them. And then, the next day, there's all these lumps of food all over the ground that just ran through the chicken. It's like, did anybody, who in here, how many people are even left in here? Anyway, how many people in here have ever eaten fermented food? Fermented grain? I'm going to give y'all a minute to answer. Again. Yeah. On that note, Steve, what do you think they do with the stuff that comes out of the tank after they get through making the beer or the alcohol, bourbon, whatever? It goes on down the line. It gets turned into animal food. Yeah, how many in here have ever had hominy?
Sauerkraut.
Hominy, sauerkraut, malto meal, grits. Rob, hominy is quite simply fermented corn. Grits is ground hominy, which is fermented corn. Sauerkraut is fermented cabbage. Yes, sir, I'm sure. Google it. You take the corn, you soak it, you allow the yeast to cook it, and boom. It's no longer corn, it's hominy. The yeast does all the digesting for you. So if you eat a whole kernel of corn, you get 150 calories. If you eat a whole can of hominy, you get 250 calories out of the same size can because the hominy is already digested for you. There you go. Hominy is basically bacteria shit. I still eat it, but there you go. Corn, they try to explain this. The lime breaks down the outer shell, and then the other stuff does the other stuff. What's healthy? Oh, yeah. But there's all kinds of stuff people out there don't realize they're eating that's fermented. Yogurt, cheese, uh, slightly different process, but what's the other one? Oh, you want to experience true joy? Try making gruel, corn gruel. That's delicious. You take cornmeal and you boil it like you would malto meal. Then you eat it. It's delicious. Yum, yum. And I'll have to check on the hominy, but I'm pretty sure, I'm really, really sure that it is the process. I mean, that there's a process of fermenting going on too. Cornmeal mush, yeah, gruel, cornmeal mush. Well, uh, corn gruel or wheat gruel, same thing. Uh, you basically just, the one, you take the wheat and you grind it up. Oh, we need to go get that red wheat from your ball. Especially if it's what I think it is. We need to plant some anyway. What did you say? There was 200 pounds of it or something?
Yeah.
We need to go get it, but we got scored 200 pounds of kosher wheat. It's seriously non-GMO. I have a meat grinder, but anyway, it's non-GMO wheat. It's what wheat was engineered from. It's like looks more like corn than wheat. I have a meat grinder. Just stick it underneath. Thing in the butt. I'm gonna make me a corn grinder though, a grain mill. I have an idea for. Well, there's actually an old one out here in the back 40, and I was looking at it, and I was like, you know what? I can build that. I used to work on one, a giant one of those that we used for crushing rocks, and all you gotta do is size it down, and instead of crushing rocks, you can crush corn, milo, wheat, oats. The only downside to oats is you can't really crush them because they're soft. They're a soft grain. We was gonna try some goat milk chipper, but you ever tried to milk a wild goat? We tried the other day. That didn't work. Well, I got my hand on it and gave it a squeeze, but it kind of shot out and hit my wife on the arm, and she let go of the goat and wasn't expecting there to be that much. Anyway, yeah, milking a goat's not all that easy. How much Milo you got stashed in your back barn, Rob? How much Milo are they making up there? Is the price of Milo going to go down? That is my question. Country living meal. I'm one of those guys that want to make everything. I figured it would be. Y'all got plenty of rain and stuff, didn't you? Rain, sunshine. I figured that's what all them big old piles were you were walking around. But it may have been cheap up there, but we were trying to buy it, what, last year, whatever. We could buy deer corn cheaper than we could buy Milo. I bet. If I could speak Spanish, I'd go up there and see about trying to get on at one of those places. For keeping it running, I don't want to do all that other stuff. See, I got to get me a bulk bin. It's $10 for 50 at the, well, $9.95 for 50 at the feed store. Yeah, but then I gotta learn to say mucho trabajo. Sorry. Most of that stuff you were pointing at is something I've already worked on. No, we tried the pond thing. Ducks and the dog kept tearing it up. I don't want to pull the rocks that I have holding the liner down again and put the liner in and la 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 la. There's nothing, there's no silos or anything down here anymore. We're running out of cotton gins too. I mean, it's terrible, dude. I ain't lying. Um, there's guys bringing in big flatbeds and stacking those round bales of cotton on them and hauling them somewhere else to get them ginned because there's just no place to gin it around here. I gotta buy a little more dirt, and we'll put in a tank, but um, gotta buy a little more dirt first. Hello, Pennsylvania Woodsman. Dude, you know how many times I can get shocked in a day just changing light bulbs? Yeah, I right about the time I quit my job, you said something about need somebody to manage your motel. I started to give you a call. Do you have a crane and stuff on your truck or not? I can go up there and not check anybody into the motel all night and watch cable TV. Dude, what kind of a barbarian electrician are you? I guess your motors are all made out of aluminum. Or I don't know. There's probably uh, forklifts and stuff to do all the major lifting, though, isn't it? Some of the things we used to have to rig up at the brick plant to get the motor off the ground and up on top of the uh, dryers or whatever was crazy. We'd have to build all kinds of crazy stuff just so we could get it up there, and then we'd have to take the stuff down so we could go back into operation. Me and Rob have done a lot of the same kind of work our whole lives. We're in the same part of the world. Hell, I found out the other day that he grew up right down the road from me down here before I lived here. When he was down here, I was up there where his butt is now. Good night, T-Bor. T-Bor 101. Way to take notes. And see, like next time we'll have a conversation about, or throw up a question about whether or not Rob's got a winch on his truck, which I still think is foolhardy not to have. But hey, and you'll know the right answer. I think I need to get off here too, guys. How long we been in here? Do I have a life? Anybody know? My wife says, I've been started streaming 2 hours ago. My wife's right. I ain't got no life. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to sign off from here. Rob, I'll probably, if you'll check your phone, I'll probably throw you what do you call it when you type little letters and words and stuff on your phone and then you hit send? What's it called? A text. I'll throw you a text tomorrow. And stuff. I knew I had something to drink a while ago. Shut up. It's college football. They ran out of the NFL. It's college football playoff. I can drink Dr. Pepper again. About had a family blow up over the Thanksgiving holidays. Them people were watching the NFL. I just walked out of the room. Pretending like I didn't notice. But anyway. That's it, guys. Y'all have a blessed rest of the weekend. And do not die. I had a blast, guys. I really did. This is pretty much just kind of rolling with it. It works out better, apparently, if I don't try to kill myself with a pit viper or something first. Good night, Thomas. Penny Wisdom, I'm sorry, jetting just as soon as you get on here, man. And everybody, Chipper, Steve, who all's left in here? I'm all saluting everybody. Yeah, thank you, sir. I will try. But, here, where? Oh, I got to find out where I'm turning y'all off. Or well, stopping. That didn't come out. I got to find out which device I need to click finish on, and this is it. This is Wes S. Thanks for stopping by the live chat. Uh, what am I'm supposed to do? The like, subscribe, donate, and they give me a PO box, a really big PO box. But anyway, y'all have a good one.